simplify the rational expression. What would be the first step? We have some students online. Let's start with Sunit. Sunit, what do you think we should do first?
Factor them.
We need to factor these. So let's start with factoring each of these. Let's take a look at the first one. Sunit, how do you factor this one? 2x to the power of 2 minus x minus 1. How do you factor that?
I said the first term on both of them is 2x. 2x plus 1 times x minus 1.
So we pick 2x and x here, since we have 2x to the power of 2, so the product of those would be 2x to the power of 2. And when we look at the constant here, 1, the only possibility here we could have is 1 and 1, so we put 1 here and 1 here. If I multiply the two closest term and two furthest term here, I should get the middle term. Here I get x, here I get 2x. Here we want to make minus x out of that. So in order to do that, we need to have the 2x must be negative and x must be positive. So we would make this plus positive here, and then this 1 would be negative. Now if you look this carefully, when we multiply the last two terms, plus 1 times minus 1 will be negative 1. First two terms will be 2x to the power of 2, and then if I multiply the two closest term and two furthest term, I should get minus x. Minus 2x plus x would be minus x. So we factor that. Let's go ahead and factor this one right here. Joshua, can you tell me how to factor this part here, x to the power of 2 minus 2x plus 1? How do you factor this?
X plus 2, and then x minus 1.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. For x to the power of 2, we should put x and x. We said x plus 2. We look at the constant here. The constant here is 1. So that's the number. We're looking for two numbers. When we multiply them together, we get 1. And the only choice would be 1 times 1 here, right, Joshua? You should get 2 there.
So then it would be x minus 1, x plus 1.
Once we establish the number, then we can look at, again, two closest term and two furthest term. That would be one way to factor them. This would be x and x. So in this case, here, as you see, we want to make minus 2x out of this. You have 1x here, 1x here. In order to make this minus 2x, what should be the sign of this, Joshua?
A negative.
Right, so both has to be negative, right? So again, once again, take a look at this. We have x times x is x squared here, but minus 1 times minus 1, that gives you, that would be plus 1, right? And then when you multiply the two closest term and two furthest term, you get a minus x and minus x. That should add up to minus 2x, which is right here. Very good. Let's move on with this. Let's take a look at the next one. We want to factor this here.
Is it x minus 1 and x plus 3?
So x minus 1, x plus 3. So once again here, we're going to look at the first term, x to the power of 2. So we place x and x here. And then for 3, for this constant 3, the only possibility we could have is 1 and 3. So if I put 1 here and 3 here, then we want to make plus 2 once I multiply the two closest term and two furthest term. 3 must be equal to positive, and 1 has to be minus. So it will be x minus 1 times x plus 3. That's how you factor this. And let's go ahead and factor the last polynomial here. So let's go back to Sunit. Sunit, how do you factor this last one?
I got 2x plus 1 times x plus 3.
Yeah, very good. So you pick 2x and x, so you come up with 2x squared, and you look at the constant 3 here, so you picked 1 and 3. And then you want to see if I can make negative, positive 7x out of that. So if I multiply the two closest term and two furthest term, it will be x, that will be 6x. So if I have positive front of these, then it should add up to 7x. So that would be positive, and that would be positive. The next step is to reduce this. Let's see, we have 2x plus 1 here. That 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1 reduces to 1. So let's do that. So this would be 1. This would be 1. And we have x plus 3, and x plus 3 turns to 1. Then here we have x minus 1, and x minus 1 turns to 1. And then here we have x minus 1, and x minus 1 turns to 1. So it looks like at the top of the fraction, you get 1 times 1, everything turns to 1. And so at the bottom of the fraction, everything turns to 1. So this will be equal to 1 over 1, or just simply 1. That's how you simplify this.